And once again, we welcome you back to the Collinsville Sports Complex. We are ready for game number 2 between Waterloo and Collinsville. And we are getting started very quickly here, so we will skim through the lineups when we have an opportunity to. Taylor Wilson will lead things off here for the Waterloo Bulldogs. Wilson, couple of singles, couple of runs scored, 3 runs batted in that first game in which Collinsville lost 17-1. Gabby Nieberge is in the circle once again. She finished the game last time for Collinsville in that spot, and she starts Wilson off with a strike 1 call.
Nieberge pitched the last inning of the last game. Gave up 2 hits with 2 outs, but got out of the inning with no damage done.
Wilson looks at the next. Well, nice pitch. That was a beautiful pitch. Took a little off, stayed high, then kind of sunk down low, and Wilson didn't know what to do with it. Hope we have a little bit of a better outcome than we did in game number 1. Nieberge trying to take care of that, and there's a base hit by Taylor Wilson out to right field, and Wilson, who started off the last game, grounding out to Heather Martinez twice in the first inning, gets on here in the second game of this twin bill, and here comes Izzy Wan. Izzy, in her first game, she didn't really do much at all. Went 4 for 4 with a double, 3 singles, and 3 runs scored. How about that?
Good day.
Yeah. And a run batted in. She has a runner on at first base as Waterloo scored 4 runs in the first inning in that first game. Runner at first, no one down. Next pitch, up high. Bluffing to go was Wilson. Doyle sprung up as if to throw. Reckline is out in left field for game number 2 for Collinsville. Becker and Hall remain in center and right field respectively. There's a bunt down the first base line. Nicely done. Doyle picks it up, throws to Martinez covering. Throw over to third base. Out of there! Oh, great play by Collinsville. A little double play action that you don't see very much. Throw down to first base, runner out. Martinez guns it over to third. Lawrence is playing over there in the second game and applied a tag just before Wilson got her arm down.
Yeah, Wilson going the whole way. Heads up there by Martinez, covering it first. Sends it over to Lawrence. Throws down the tag on Wilson, forcing to get to the bag.
So the play goes 2-4 and then 4-5 on the second out as Taylor Downen is up to the plate. She gets a look at a Nieberge strike.
Did you get the sacrifice on that, or how do I put that?
I don't know.
Pete says yes.
The 0-1, swinging a high fly ball. This one's in foul territory and will have home run distance, but about 10 feet foul. Downen, she led off the game with a RBI double in that first game, and then followed that up with a couple of ground outs, and then singled and was stranded in her final at bat. Next pitch to her. Oh, right off of Nieberge's ankle, and it rolls over to R.J. Simpson at first base for the out, but Nieberge took that shot right off of the left ankle, and that is going to sting. She will walk off the field gingerly with her teammates at the end of the first half of inning. No score. Collinsville coming to the plate next.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahoks.
Back here at the Collinsville Sports Complex, we head to the bottom of the first inning. Collinsville with their first at-bat here in game number 2, and we hope that Gabby Nieberge's all right, man. That was a rocket shot she took off of her ankle.
Yeah, right back at her. Had no time to move her feet on that one. Tough spot to take it. See if she can't come out here for the second inning. After she shakes that off.
Collinsville will lead things off with Darby Tarrant. She'll play shortstop, bat first. Riley Doyle back behind the plate will bat second and catch. I did not have time to write down my lineup, so I'm kind of doing that as I go along here. And R.J. Simpson will follow up. She'll bat third and play first base. After that, Belle Marsala will be today's designated player in this second game. Belle played third base to start off the first game. Adriana Hall.
Darby Tarrant.
In right field. And here is Darby Tarrant for Collinsville. In that first game, Darby struck out and grounded out. And the pitcher is Howard here in this second game. Alexis Howard. She is in her 6th game. This is her 5th start. She's completed 2 of them, has a 1-4 record, 25 innings pitched, and a 3.92 earned run average. Next to Tarrant, she tries the swinging bunt and swings right through it. Howard, 15 strikeouts to 9 walks on the season. And a 1-1 count to Darby Tarrant. Next pitch, a shot right through. The pitcher and the second baseman, Goff, was playing right behind the pitcher's circle, and it snuck right in there.
Yeah, Goff vacates that spot there. She may have been able to get the ball. She was in a normal position.
Riley Doyle. Riley Doyle will step up to the plate. Doyle, a walk and a strikeout in that first game. Here's the first pitch by Howard, a bunt down the third base line, and that one rolls a little bit foul.
Looking to move Tarrant over, get her into scoring position, get the Kahoks on the board here to start this game.
She steps in from the right side. And awaiting the next pitch from Howard.
Doyle shows bunt again.
And it goes right to the first baseman. Second baseman covering, but the pitch or the throw over to try and catch Tarrant was high and off of the glove of Goff covering.
Now batting for the Kahoks, the first baseman,
so,
number 28,
play a little
Simpson.
Pop-up 3, out number 1. Here is R.J. Simpson. R.J. struck out both plate appearances in that first game. Howard with the first pitch here in the second game, swinging a foul down the first base side.
First pitch was a strike to Simpson. She digs back in the box. Howard didn't see something she liked. Now she's ready. Grounder to second.
Over to second, and not in time for the return double play, so Simpson reaches on the fielder's choice. Tarrant out 4-6 for the second out of the inning. So it's up to Belle Marsala, who is the designated player in this game. Actually, she was last game. No, wait a minute. Where am I? Belle Marsala. She played third. Only 1 plate appearance for Belle in that first game. She singled in the second inning and was stranded. That one after she knocked home Adriana Hall with the only RBI for Collinsville in that first game.
Her spot didn't even come up again. She
Nope.
was left on. Only played 4 innings.
Yep, she was left on deck in the 4th.
7, 8, 9 batters didn't even get a second plate appearance.
Nope. Happens sometime in this game. 0-1 pitch, 2 outs, runner at first, and that one was offered at by Marsala, and Simpson goes down to second base on a stolen base. So Marsala with another RBI opportunity here.
You have to come back and do something here with an 0-2 count, but Simpson in the scoring position now.
Howard ready with the next. Swing and a miss, and a drop ball by the catcher, and over to first base for the out, and the inning comes to a close. Collinsville picks up 1 hit in that inning, and that runner was left on base. We head now to the top of the second inning, and we have no score.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Time to thank some more of our sponsors here on the Kahok Sports Network. And how about we thank Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking LLC is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your work equipment to your work site. Give Christy a call for a free estimate, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net. Nice to see Gabby Nieberge is back out in the pitcher's circle after taking that shot off of the ankle to end the bottom half of the first. When we start the top half of the second, Abby Goff will lead things off here for Waterloo.
Couldn't have felt too good, but no deeper damage than that. Back out here for her second inning of work in this game, third overall.
There's a floater that kind of stays high, got stuck in the palm, it looked like a little bit there, of Nieberge. Abby Goff playing second base in that first game. Goff walked, scored, doubled, in a run, scored, and then struck out. And a foul ball down the third baseline. Actually, she struck out and she flew out to left field in the third inning when she batted twice. One ball, one strike count against her. Nieberge ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one hits the outside corner. One ball, two strikes to count. Reckline in left, as we mentioned, tried to the last inning. Becker in center. Hall is in right field. Lawrence is over at third base. Tarrant at shortstop. Martinez at second. Simpson at first. Nieberge on the mound, pitching to Doyle. Swinging a foul ball out of play down the first base side. And we'll do it all over again. Count remains one ball and two strikes. Have kind of a light schedule next week. We're focused on taking a couple of trips to Edwardsville. Swinging a little floater over the head of third baseman Lawrence and into the outfield. Reckline has it. She brings it back in, holding Goff to a single. Second hit on this game for Waterloo. We have soccer Tuesday at Edwardsville, and we have baseball Thursday at Edwardsville. Need to take a look at my schedule and see if I can figure out a softball game to throw back on after that Edwardsville game was rained out. And there's another floater. This one's going to drop over the head of the third baseman Lawrence as well, but this time it's in foul territory.
Out in front of it a bit too much there. Couldn't keep it in fair territory.
Also, the following week, we had a game on the schedule, softball game against Jabot, but I made that schedule out months and months ago, and Jabot didn't have enough players to field a team, so that game has been taken off the schedule. Here's the pitch from Nieberge, swinging a shot right past her glove into center field. Up with it is Natalie Becker, and the first two have reached here.
She almost got her glove down to snag that one, but was mostly trying to stay out of the way of it and not get hit by the batted ball.
Skylar Barker comes up next in that first game. She had a couple of hits. She was also hit by a pitch, scored a couple of runs, and her last at bat she grounded out. She's up there looking at the first pitch high from Nieberge. 1-0. Nobody down here in the second. Collinsville allowed 4 runs in the first inning in the second game, or the first game, and they allowed 7 runs to come across the plate in the second inning of that first game. And already the first two have reached here in game number 2, inning number 2. And now Nieberge has to work from behind. 2-0. to Skylar Barker, the first baseman for Waterloo. Swinging a foul ball. This one is going to land up against the fence. Man, R.J. Simpson going diving over there and dove right through the rock area in front of the dugouts.
Still dove in a safe area there, not to be diving into the fencing or go running into the fencing.
Still taking a dive across that gravel. Some skinned up elbows. High pop fly coming in is Becker in center field. She's there for the catch. Runners stay put, 1 out.
Good answer there. First two reach. Get Barker to fly out to center.
Alexis Howard, who was the designated player in the first game, comes to the plate. Howard, she had a 2 RBI single in that first game, but her other 2 plate appearances resulted in looking at called third strikes twice. Niebrugge ready to go. I believe Niebrugge got one of those strikeouts. No, I don't think she was in yet, was she? Nope.
No, it would have been Butcher
Yep.
and Clark.
Clark got that strikeout.
Strikeout looking both times she struck out.
1-0. Swinging a slow roller. Darby Tarrant has it roll up her arm. She'll have to hold on to it, and everybody's safe. Nothing she could do about that.
Goff running in front of her.
Yeah, that didn't help.
Didn't help, and
Third hit in the inning, all singles. That loads the bases with 1 out. And that brings up Kayla Holoftus. Holoftus, in her first game, singled and scored a run. Officially went 1 for 3. Pitch is outside. Bases all full of Bulldogs once again. And that scenario a lot in that first game. First couple of innings, it seemed like every time you turned around, Waterloo had the bases loaded. Niebrugge trying to pitch out of a jam here. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot to the gap. That one's going to send home at least 2 runs. Coming in from third is Goff. Rounding third coming in is Albers. As the ball comes back in, it's a 2 RBI double for Holoftus.
yep, right there in that left center field gap. The 8-hitter Holoftus drives in 2. Puts Bulldogs on the board.
5th hit on the second game, and that's going to bring Coach Swip out. Talk to his pitcher. So Waterloo strikes first once again. Claire Schultheis is due up next. She's the number 9 hitter for Waterloo here in this game, the catcher. 3 singles and a double here in this inning. In between all that was the only out so far by Skylar Barker, a fly out to Natalie Becker in center field. Coach Swip is back to the dugout. The girls remain in the circle. Now they break up their meeting.
I'll leave Niebrugge in there, at least here to face Schultheis. 2 on and 1 out.
First base is open. 1 out in the inning. 2 runs already home. Here's the pitch, and it's high, but it's a called strike.
Get a load of her orange bat.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh and 1. Next pitch on the way. Foul ball. This one goes right behind the Waterloo dugout. Missed landing on the roof by about 3 inches. Not sure what happened over at the junior varsity field. They could be still playing game 1 for all we know.
I think they were done.
Were they? Here's a pitch that's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Claire Schultheis. Taylor Wilson, the leadoff batter, waiting on deck here for Waterloo. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball into shallow center field. Becker is on the run. Tarrant goes out. Neither one of them can get it. And another run will score as they are throwing down to second base, but back in there safely was Holoftus as Howard comes around to score to make it 3-0.
Tarrant had the best shot for it, but she wasn't taking charge going out there for it. was willing to give room to Becker, but Becker couldn't make that long run in to get it. Drops down for another hit.
Another hit and another run. 3-0 in favor of Waterloo. Back to the top of the order, Taylor Wilson. She singled her first time up, but then was taken care of on a nice defensive play by Heather Martinez, who was covering over at first base after a ground ball by Izzy Wan. Still just one out. Runner on first and second. Loftus at second, Schultheis at first. Here's the pitch to Wilson. It's outside. And give something for these fans to cheer about here. They've been very quiet down the third base way. All the folks out there wearing purple. Next one misses, ball 2.
All right, crowd on a Saturday afternoon.
Gorgeous day. Very nice and comfortable. Here's the next foul ball.
They had quite a crowd for that Friday night game against Joliet West. All kinds of people out here for that one.
2-2 the count.
2-2. Somebody's messing up on the scoreboard.
I don't know who that is.
No.
Probably need to fire him. Can you collect unemployment if you get fired from this job? No? Okay. Here's the next pitch. 2-2 pitch is skied behind our location, out of play, and into the batting cages. Nieberge ready with another 2-2. Swinging a shot for Becker out in center field. She handles it, throw to second base, and Tarrant had a hard time finding the bag with that left foot. If she would have found it, we probably could have doubled up and got out of this inning.
Yeah, she's never got set on the position there on the bag. Throw was in time, but Loftus beats the tag, foot to the base.
Izzy Wan becomes the 8th player to bat here in this inning for Waterloo. Runners remain at first and second, now 2 outs. Wan swings and fouls it back. Wan grounded out, or bunted at home plate, and Doyle picked the ball up, threw it down to first base with Heather Martinez covering, and then Taylor Wilson took off trying to snag third, and Martinez made a great throw over to Lawrence for the tag out, and a rare double play on the infield by Collinsville in that first inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to count now to Wan. Nieberge ready with the 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Inside. Ball 2. Yeah, that first game score sheet looks like a complete mess. Looks like a 5-year-old got a hold of it. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a shot right past Lawrence at third base. Everybody's going to move up 1 bag. And Wan is over at first base. Loftus moves down to third. Schultheis is at second. And the 9th player to bat in this inning is going to be Taylor Downen, but it might be against a different pitcher as Brett Swit makes another visit to the mound, or to the circle. And he is going to take the ball from Nieberge, so we'll take a break for another pitching change, and when we come back, we'll tell you all about it here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Another pitching change by Coach Swip and the Kahawks as Kaylee Reynolds, the sophomore, will come in and pitch here for Collinsville. This is actually my first look at Reynolds this year. Every game I've done so far this year has been Butcher in the circle. For Reynolds, this is her 5th game. She has started 2. She has no record to speak of as far as wins and losses. 12 innings pitched. She has given up 13 runs, 10 of those earned, so a 5.83 earned run average. And so far, Reynolds has struck out 8 batters and walked 5 on the year. She inherits a bases-loaded jam here for Waterloo. And the first pitch is in the dirt. Nice stop by Riley Doyle as Reynolds pitches to Taylor Donovan. Donovan grounded out to the pitcher. Well, went off of her ankle and over to first, and Simpson just stepped on the bag. As this one is a outside strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Downen with the bases loaded. Downen, the 9th player to bat here in this inning.
Reynolds was in line to get that win in relief Wednesday against Central. Got 1 out in the 7th. And
right back through the box, and here comes 1 run. And here comes another run. It's cut off, and a throw over to third base, not in time. And Taylor Downen is on with a 2 RBI single. She takes second on the throw as Loftus comes across the score, as does Schultheis.
Second baseman, number
Over to third goes Juan. And Goff will bat for the 2nd time here in this inning. She started this whole thing with a single to lead off this inning. Came around to score later. High fly ball, center field. Breaking in first was Natalie Becker. Now she goes back, and that ball goes over her head. And everybody's going to score. On her way to third base, here's a throw. And a dead duck at third base is Abby Goff. And the inning does come to a close, but not before more runs come across. 7-0 is the score in favor of Waterloo. We're back with the home half of the second in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Well, the Kahawks find themselves in another big hole here early in game number 2. Just like last game, game number 1 saw Waterloo score 7 runs in the 2nd inning, and the same thing happened here in game number 2 of the 2nd inning. That was 7 runs scored on 8 hits in that inning. So Collinsville will have to play from behind once again, and here is Adriana Hall to lead things off. She does so by trying to bunt, and it stays at home plate for a foul. Hated to see that happen. That was a bunch of singles all strung together there, with the killer then being that double over the head of Becker out in center field. But then Becker gets the ball, throws a strike into Lawrence at third base for the tag out to end the inning. Here is a bunt pop-up, and Wilson's going to handle that at short for the first out.
Yeah, just some easy base hits there for Waterloo. Peppering the ball all over the field. No real big doubles or triples or anything like that, except for the end of the one that ended the inning, and she was thrown out at third.
Here comes Heather Martinez. Her first plate appearance here in this 2nd game. First pitch hits the outside corner. Martinez 0 for 2 in that first game with a fly out and a pop-up. Collinsville really struggling offensively here this year. hopefully they'll break out of it at some point and put together a stellar final 2/3 of the season, as we're about a third of the way through the schedule. Still plenty of time, and it's not really how you play the regular season. It's how you end the regular season and get yourself in prime position for a playoff push. But I know everybody wearing purple and white would like to see a little bit of a better outcome in some of these games. Collinsville, with that loss, dropped to 3-8 on the year. Swinging a slow roller to Goff at second base. She's up with it and throws over to Barker with that oversized gray mitt down there. 2 outs.
The left fielder, number 13, Madison Reckline.
Here is Madison Reckline, who did not play in the first game. Madison comes into this game batting .250. Still looking for her first run batted in on the year. She stands in from the left side. Howard pitches high. Ball 1. Howard ready with the next. Here it is. Foul ball. Down the first base line. Coach Beth Ann Schwartz down there, sporting her shorts for the summertime feel. Got her dog up here too in the booth, don't we?
Yeah, she was up here the normal doubleheader too. Our weekend guest.
Weekend guest. Pitch. Low and outside, 2-1.
There you go. Looking to get on here with 2 outs. Extend this to Lawrence.
Next pitch, swinging a foul ball down the first base line. Reckline stays alive.
Hey, it does that sometimes.
Howard shakes off a sign from Schulteis, has the one she wants now, and throws it in the dirt. So the one she shook off was the strike, right?
Mowed that one in there with a lot of speed. Catcher couldn't handle it.
Full count to Madison Reckline. And a chance for the second baseman, and a nice snag out of the dirt over there for Barker in a 1-2-3 inning after back-to-back 4-3 putouts here by Waterloo. We head to the top of the third. Collinsville needs to keep things where they are and then chip away at this game as we move along. Top of the third comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611 online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
I'm a random windstorm. Shaky, 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 shaky. Shaky, shaky. And if you got cut rate insurance, you could be picking up this tab yourself. So get Allstate. You could save some cash and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back along with you. Third inning action getting ready to get underway as Reynolds back out into the circle for her second inning of relief work. She'll deal with Heather Albers, Skylar Barker, and Alexis Howard here in the third inning. First pitch and a sky fly ball. Becker goes back in center field. She's there for the catch. This time she started with that first step toward the outfield fence instead of the first step in. That always helps.
That helps. She was able to place herself up under the ball, make the easy catch. Didn't make it more difficult than it needed to be.
Here is Skylar Barker, who flew out to Becker her first time up. So Becker's been busy out there in center. First pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike. Albers Singleton scored in that 7-run inning for Waterloo in the second. Next pitch, this one's going to be a try for Adriana Hall in right field, and it comes right to her after about 3 steps to her right, quickly 2 away.
Yep, she's the steady one out there in the outfield, making that right field corner position catch.
Here is A.J. Howard, who Singleton scored in that second inning. She's up there with the bases empty and 2 outs. Pitch, that hits the outside corner. Nice form being shown here by young Miss Kaylee Reynolds. Here's another. This one's outside. They say back in the old days, I like to cut her jib. Old people talk from back in the old day. That's swell. Golly gee.
Wow.
That's neato. Here's the 1-1 and a chance for Martinez. She dove but couldn't get the glove on it. And there goes the opportunity for a 1-2-3 inning. We had one of those kind of sort of in the first as it turned out, but
yeah, 3 up, 3 down, but not exactly the right order.
Right. That's the 10th base hit on the afternoon here for Waterloo here in game number 2. They had 17 hits in that first game. So 27 hits in 2 games. Snap throw down to first and back in safely as Howard. Really not even 2 games. What are we in the third here? And we played 4, so it's actually 1 full game if you count the innings. Yeah, and Waterloo has pounded out 27 hits.
Regular game, only 7 innings. That's the only 7th inning they've gotten to play.
Yeah.
They put together plenty of at-bats. This one's in there for a strike.
Scored 17 runs in that first game, so you add on the 7 they've already gotten here. It's 24 runs on 27 hits and 7 innings of work. That's quite the afternoon on the old softball diamond. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Michaela Loftus, the left fielder who doubled in a couple of runs in her last at bat. Runner at first, 2 outs. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a pop fly on the infield. Reynolds calls for it. She has it, and the inning does come to a close. But, well, strand a runner on. That's the first runner stranded here in this second game for Waterloo. Collinsville, they have their work cut out for them still. They trail as they head into the home half of the third inning by a score of 7-0.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call 346-4884.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you. Bottom of the third here in game number 2 of our doubleheader. In case you haven't heard, Kahoks dropped that first game 17-1. After 4 innings, they called it due to the 15-run rule. So we got game number 2 underway a little early. Or a little late, depending on what you want to go by. The original schedule was a 12 o'clock start. Got moved to 1 o'clock. We got underway at 12:45. Here is Mackenzie Lawrence for Collinsville to lead off the third. It'll be Lawrence. And then Natalie Becker back to the top of the order, and Darby Tarrant. There's a foul ball. Lawrence came in and got 1 at bat in that first game to lead off what turned out to be the final inning, and led that inning off with a strikeout. Lawrence came in batting 200 on the season. Looks at one outside, 2-0. Howard ready with the next pitch. Here it is. That stays high, 3-0.
Which pitch was a strike? He said 2-1.
I did?
No,
Yeah.
No, umpire.
Well, sometimes they get confused too.
I'll go with 2-1 as the count.
2-1 pitch on the way. That one stays high, 3-1. So, a chance here for Lawrence to maybe coax a walk from Howard. Here is the pitch, and that is ball 4.
There you go.
Little rally music here by Pete Hoffman.
He's desperate to play it.
Center fielder, number 5.
Leadoff runner
Becker.
on for the first time today for Collinsville, counting both games.
Here is Natalie Becker. Becker from the left side. Tries to bunt her way on. She blows right through it for strike number 1. Becker only got 1 at bat in that first game. She got caught looking at a 3rd strike. Over at Busch Stadium, top of the first inning, Padres already have a 1-0 lead. There's a bunt that falls right in the perfect spot. Everybody's going to be safe because there was no one at second base covering. And that meant that Lawrence could just trot on down there without a play.
Batting for the Kahoks, the shortstop,
Third baseman comes running in to field the bunt. Shortstop late, breaking towards her right. First 2 on for the Kahoks.
Well, runners on first and second. Nobody down for Darby Tarrant. What did she do the first time?
She got a hit and then
got thrown out. 4-6 on the put out. I just forgot to record the. I just forgot to record the single.
Simpson's fielder's choice. She was grounded out.
That little bunt hit by Becker, only the 2nd hit of this game for Collinsville thus far. Darby Tarrant trying to move the runners around. 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. Nobody out. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Collinsville trailing 7-0. Here's the pitch. A pop fly right on top of the broadcast booth. So, 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Darby Tarrant. Left side batter. Steps way back in that batter's box, doesn't she? Because she likes to get that running start.
Helps with that deeper batter's box during softball to get that running start.
2-2 the count. Howard's ready. Here's the next delivery. Up high, pops out of the glove of Schulteis back there at home, but right back down into her glove. No one could advance, and a full count to Darby Tarrant with Riley Doyle waiting on deck. Next from Howard. That's outside. Bases are loaded. 2 walks in the inning with a base hit in between. Lawrence is at 3rd. Becker's at 2nd. Darby Tarrant is at 1st. And here is Riley Doyle, who popped up to the first baseman her first time up. Chance for Collinsville to make a dent in this game, down 7-0. Make a game out of it. Doyle awaits the first from Howard. Here it is. Swinging a shot to center field. That's going to get down, and it's going to go underneath the glove of the center fielder, Juan. Everybody is going to come around to score, and standing over at 3rd base is going to be Riley Doyle with a 3 RBI base hit.
There you go. The ball hit right there in front of the center fielder. It bounced up under her glove as she came in for it. It rolls all the way to the wall. Doyle clears the bases. Now it's a much closer game. Now it's 7-3. It looks better than 7-0.
It sure does. R.J. Simpson steps to the plate here for Collinsville. 7-3 now with another RBI. Standing down there at third base, RJ reached on a fielder's choice, stole second in her first plate appearance, as that one was a called strike. Look a little bit high and outside from our view. And yeah, we're right over where the camera is. You can see the umpire's back. That's where we are, and I'm telling you what, that looked high and outside from here. There's the 0-1. Swinging a chance for the first baseman, and she's going to come up and tag R.J. Simpson out on her way to first to try to prevent Doyle from coming home from third, and she does just that.
Doyle was looking to break home if first baseman took the ball back to the bag, but heads up play there to just run down the line and make the tag and keep Doyle at third.
First out of the inning, up steps Belle Marsala, a strikeout victim her first time up. This one's outside. Adriana Hall waits on deck. She'll get to bat, barring some kind of another weird double play. How about a 2-run home run to get your team back to within 2? Oh, what was that? I called a balk?
It's just it's no legal pitch.
Yeah.
It's just a ball.
Okay. In baseball, that would have been a balk. Yeah. We'll redo it here. Howard ready. Here's the next. Outside and high. Ball 3, 3-0 to Belle Marsala, the designated player. Here in game 2. Saw some action at third in the first game. Here's the 3-0. That's a strike. Marsala back in there. 3-1 pitch on the way from Howard, and a strike called. Marsala thought she just looked at ball 4 high. Threw her bat down and everything.
Yeah, he threw his hand up to call a strike. It seemed like he was calling it high pitch.
Yeah.
But then that's when Marsala threw her bat down, but she'll face this full count pitch now.
Howard ready with the next delivery. Here it is. It's way outside, all the way back to the screen. Marsala is not going to go because that ball took a good bounce off the bottom of the screen and came right back to the catcher. That is the third walk issued in this inning by Howard. Puts runners at the corners with only one out. Here comes Adriana Hall, who popped up to the shortstop Wilson in her first plate appearance, and now Waterloo wants to call a timeout and talk about it. How about we thank Pace Design and Construction in Maryville? Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality. They are dedicated to their customers and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466 or online at pacedesignconstruct.com. Well, 3 runs already home here in this inning. Collinsville threatening to make it more, as they have runners on the corners. Only one out. Adriana Hall due up as the conversation comes to a close. Doyle at third, Marsala at first. Adriana Hall help her team out here in a big way. Here's the first pitch. She takes it for a strike, and the runner goes down to second. The throw was going down there, but Howard put her glove up and took care of that before the ball could even make it down to second. Not that there would have been a chance. Marsala pretty much stole that base already. Second stolen base in this game for Collinsville. Hall up there with a 0-1 count. Slaps at it foul down the third base side. 0-2.
And quickly down 0-2. Hall's been known to put together some good at-bats here. Wouldn't count this one out being over just yet. Can place the ball where the fielders aren't.
Right back to the pitcher. She's going to look back the runner, and then the throw over to first is in the dirt. Pops out of the glove. Marsala is safe at home. Everybody else moves up and stays put. Or excuse me, Doyle comes in to score. Marsala over to third. And Adriana Hall reaches on the air.
6, Heather Martinez.
Yeah, Howard tried to look Doyle back to third, then decided to try to get the out at first. Ball gets thrown away, and Kahoks get another run.
7-4. And a pitch outside to Heather Martinez. Martinez grounded out to her counterpart at second, Goff. Back in the second inning. A chance here with one swing of the bat to tie this thing up. Next pitch to Martinez. She bunts and bunts it behind home plate. Foul, 1-1 the count. Two hits in this inning, 3 walks, and a pitch high and tight to Martinez. Collinsville has plated 4 runs here in the third. Started this inning down 7-0, has got it back to a respectable 7-4 game with an opportunity for more. There's still only 1 out. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul tip. Nope, that wasn't a foul tip. It was off the the catcher's glove. So, a passed ball will allow Marsala to score.
Yeah, just went off the edge of the catcher's glove down to the backstop. Marsala comes in to score, and it's a 2-2 count.
And the next pitch is in there for a called strike. And down on strikes goes Heather Martinez.
Left fielder number 13, Madison.
Kahoks have managed to bat around here in this inning.
Yeah, Madison Reckline becomes the 9th player to bat. Out number 2. First strikeout for Howard. Here's a grounder to the second baseman who had that played perfectly, did Goff, over to first for the out. Play goes 4-3. Second time that Reckline has grounded out to Goff over at second base in the inning. 5 runs come across the plate on just 2 base hits. There was an error committed. 3 walks in the inning, and Collinsville strands a runner in that inning as well. But we're back in it. We head now to the top of the 4th inning. It's a 7-5 ball game. Waterloo with the lead. Back with the next inning in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their 2nd year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, weshipstlouis.com or call 346-4884.
Top of the 4th inning rolls our way. And the catcher, Claire Schultheis, will lead things off. Then back to the top of the order, and Taylor Wilson and Izzy Wan here. As Kaylee Reynolds is in the circle for her 3rd inning of work. And she bounces the first one in there. Schultheis singled and scored and knocked in a run in her only at bat thus far. That happened in the 7-run 2nd inning for Waterloo.
Ball comes in the field from somewhere.
Well, was that a home run that was hit from the JV field? You got no way.
I don't know how it got in there, but couldn't have possibly been on from a fly.
No, I wouldn't think so. Here's a little fly ball. Tarrant actually handles it on a bounce, as that one was a dying quail before it got to her, and 1 out.
Yeah, I thought I was just going to roll right to her there pretty quickly. She ended up having to rush it a bit. Simpson gets the snag.
Yeah, the ball had some spin on it when it hit the dirt. Here's Wilson. Wilson has 2 at-bats in this game already. She has singled, and she has popped up. And this looks like it might be another one, but no, Becker couldn't quite get there in time. Almost back-to-back flyouts to Becker in center field for Taylor Wilson, but not to be. A base hit instead. That is the 11th hit in this game for Waterloo, and that will bring up Izzy Wan, who has singled and grounded out in this game. And a chance for Tarrant. She'll look over to first. It's high, and oh, what a nice play. Simpson keeping her foot on the bag, reached as high as she could without taking her foot off of the bag, and a nice play over at first base for out number 2.
That's what Tarrant had to do, get the ball over there, get the throw over, keep it high, and Simpson was able to stay on the bag and snag it away.
Wilson moves down to second on the play. Here is Taylor Downen, the catcher, and she looks at a called strike. Downen grounded out to the pitcher when it was Newbrigge back in the first inning, and then singled and was stranded at second. Her single knocked in a couple of runs. 0-1 pitch coming from Reynolds. Swing and a foul ball that'll land in the gravel over here at the end of the Waterloo dugout. And Reynolds ahead in the count, 0-2. Kaylee Reynolds ready with the next to Downen. Here it is. Swing and a pop-up out to shallow right field. Hall couldn't get there, and coming around to score from second base on that little Texas League blooper base hit was Alexis Howard, or excuse me, Taylor Wilson.
Hall went diving for it, but just wasn't close enough.
12th base hit produces run number 8 here. Here's Abby Goff, the second baseman. Looks at one outside. Snap, throw down to first base, and back in safely is Downen. So Collinsville just got 5 of those runs back, and they give one right back. Almost out of the inning, too. Reynolds with the next pitch. Right back through the box from where it came, and then off of the ankle out there of Natalie Becker. That's going to allow everybody an extra base. And we have runners at second and third now with 2 outs.
Clean base hit, and everybody's going to move up a run on the air. I mean, move up 1 base.
The third baseman, number 4, Heather Albers.
So an error to Becker out in center field. Nothing she could do about that. Well, I guess she could have caught it in her glove, but once it hit her ankle, there was no way she was going to catch up to it instantly, and that allowed everybody to move up a bag. Here is Heather Albers, who has singled and scored in this game, and she has also flied out to Becker in center field. Becker has been busy out there. First and third, 2 outs. Pitch, chance for Tarrant once again. She gloves it, she throws, and another high one, but this time Doyle does have to leave the bag. She comes down and applies the tag on Albers before Albers could touch the base, and the inning comes to a close, but 1 run does come across off of 2 base hits. We head to the home half of the 4th. Kahawks trail this game by a score of 8-5.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Let's go ahead and thank the city of Collinsville. The city of Collinsville, a proud supporter of the Kahok Sports Network. And if you are looking for things to do, well, City of Collinsville has a couple of things they have in mind for you to do in the coming weeks and months. April 13th, how about an adult Easter egg hunt and bunny visits for the kids? May 4th, Spring Farm Day. May 26th, a Memorial Day block party and fireworks. And then the movies on Main get started in June. June 15th, Mary Poppins Returns. June 22nd, Hotel Transylvania 3. And that's just the beginning of what is going on in the city of Collinsville the upcoming spring and summer. More information can be found www.collinsville.org is where you can find that information. And a big thank you to the city of Collinsville for once again sponsoring our great Kahok sports teams on the Kahok Sports Network. Bottom of the fourth, 8-5. Collinsville trailing in this one. And leading off, Mackenzie Lawrence.
All Easter egg hunt, huh?
Yeah. I don't know what that entails, but if it's got the word adult in it, I'm sure that it's something to do with frosty cold adult beverage or two.
I thought maybe find the keys to a car or something.
Yeah, I could use one of those. High and outside to Lawrence, who walked and scored in that 5-run third inning. Everybody got to bat in that inning. Lawrence led it off with a walk, and she gets the lead off the next inning as well. Howard shakes off a sign and is ready with the 2-1. Stays high, 3-1. Good eye by Lawrence. Coaxed a walk out of Howard the last time up there.
If Howard gets in trouble here, I wonder if Waterloo might want to try to go back to Limestall, or if they have a third pitcher in mind.
Swing and a miss by Lawrence. Full count. Lawrence, Becker on deck, back to the top of the order in Darby Tarrant. She's had a pretty busy day over there at short as well. Her and Becker have been the most of the busy Kahawks as Lawrence coaxes another walk.
The center fielder, number 5, Natalie Becker.
And here is Becker. Fourth walk issued on the afternoon by Howard. And 2 strikeouts for Howard. Becker singled and scored her last time up. She looks at one outside, ball 1. Eight to 5 is our score. 4th inning. Next pitch from Howard. Stays outside.
Yeah, you can't find her spot at all. Taking a lot of time, too, between pitches. Not comfortable out there.
Second baseman standing right next to Howard. There's a chop shot down to the third baseman and a wide throw. Everybody's going to move up a bag on a throwing error by the third baseman Albers over there.
Off the throw. Was surprised the first baseman Barker couldn't make that snag still with that huge glove.
Man, I'm telling you.
She almost did.
Number 22, Darby Tarrant.
Here is Darby Tarrant. She'll bat with no one out. Runners at second and third. And Darby has singled and walked and scored in this game. Collinsville with another opportunity to help themselves out here. A attempted bunt for Tarrant. She walks right through it, draws a line in the sand, so she knows not to step over that and get called out. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a shot right back to the box and off of the shortstop's ankles, and everybody's safe. And a run scores as Lawrence comes in from third base. Becker moves over to third, and Tarrant gets herself an RBI single.
Now batting for the Kahawks, the catcher, number 23, Riley Doyle.
Here is Riley Doyle. Doyle tripled, 3 runs home in that third inning. And another opportunity here for Collinsville to tack on some more runs. This one is outside. She's just missing these corner spots, is Howard.
Moving it all around, missing every corner. really struggling out there to find either side of the plate.
6 runs on just 4 hits for Collinsville here in this game. A lot of the damages comes from walks. Here's a slow roller back to the pitcher's mound. She'll look over to third, throw it in the dirt, and a nice pickup over there, and heads up play. Collinsville running all over the place. As coming home to score was Becker. She just got in there ahead of the tag, and going over to third on the play was Darby Tarrant. That's a productive ground out there by Riley Doyle.
Very productive. Gets a runner all the way to third and 1 run in.
And she's only the first out of the inning.
Simpson bat also.
Opportunity for Collinsville with a runner at third base to tie this game up at 8.
Coming all the way back from down 7-0.
Shame we gave up that 1 run last inning, huh?
That 1 run is the difference.
RJ reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base in the first and was stranded, and then she rounded out to the pitcher Howard, her last plate appearance. RJ Simpson could help her team out here. How about a long ball? What do you say, folks? Got the wind at her back a little bit. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chance and a right down past the third baseman Albers, and in to score the tying run is Darby Tarrant on an RBI single by RJ Simpson.
Down reaching for that one. Slapped it the other way into left. How about the fight in this Kahoks team? Get it blown out in the first game. Down 7-0 in the second inning. And now we're tied at 8 in the fourth.
With an opportunity for more. Still just 1 out. Belle Marsala steps to the plate. She walked and scored in that 5-run third inning for Collinsville. And she swings through a bunt attempt. Strike 1. So RJ Simpson on at first base. Belle Marsala at the plate. 3 runs already home here in this inning. We're tied at 8. And Howard shakes off a lot of pitches, doesn't she? There's a slow roller right back to Howard. She'll pick it up and throw over to first base, and no good again. Another error over there, as this one is going to belong to the second baseman Goff, as that ball just popped right out of her glove.
She had a hard time getting into position to beat Marcella to the bag, and then just didn't secure the throw in from Howard.
Yeah, she was a little late in getting over there. 2 errors in this inning. And here is Adriana Hall trying to help herself out. Adriana reached on an error. 3 errors in this game, 2 in this inning. Hall reached on an error back in the third and then was stranded. Popped up in the second to the shortstop Wilson. Now up there with runners on first and second, still just 1 out. Hall awaits the pitch from Howard. Here it is. It's another bunt. This one's going to go right past the third baseman over to Albers at short. Not in time. Bases loaded.
Beautiful placement there. Shortstop had to really come in to field that one. Had a quick throw to first, but Hall was able to beat it out.
3 hits in the inning. Couple of errors and a walk. Collinsville already has 3 runs home. Looking for more here. 1 out. Bases loaded for Heather Martinez. A swing and a miss at the first one from Howard. Martinez wearing the collar here in this game. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Got caught looking in her last plate appearance. Would like to do some damage here. Here is the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Something's wrong with Heather. She's out in front and then swings over pitches. Doesn't look like her usual self, if you ask me. She'll figure it out. 0-2 the count. Here's the next. Outside. Ball 1. We must be having some kind of a little league tournament over here, man. There are kids everywhere. Here is the 1-2, and that one's in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, but it stays right in front of her, and not far enough for anybody to move forward. Coming in from third base was RJ Simpson. She scrambled back and got her foot on the bag just in time, but Waterloo fans think that she was tagged out.
She traveled way on down the line there. If the ball would have went past the catcher any amount, she would have been scampering home and had to get lucky to get back to third base before the tag.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. This one does go back to the screen, and coming home to score will be R.J. Simpson. Collinsville takes the lead after being down 7-0 in this game and have now taken a 9-8 lead.
What a comeback. Those teams would pack it in and say, man, we're down 7-0. We just lost by 16. It's just not our day.
Yeah.
We'll pack it in and come out and play again on Monday, but Kahok's a battle, especially here in these last 2 innings, to take the lead.
So we have had 3 base hits in this inning, 2 errors, a wild pitch, and 4 more runs have come across. Collinsville leads now 9-8. Still just 1 out in the inning, and here is Heather Martinez. Heather Martinez strikes out looking for the 2nd time in a row. So Madison Reckline becomes the 9th player to bat here in this inning, and Madison has grounded out to Goff at second base in both plate appearances. There's a chance for the shortstop. She just puts her glove down, stops it. The throw over to first base in the dirt, bounces off the first baseman's chest, and everybody's safe. Collinsville scores another run off of the 3rd error committed here in this game.
I thought the shortstop, Wilson, made a great grab at it there before it got between her legs, but just couldn't make the throw to first.
There's a foul ball off of the bat of Lawrence. Lawrence has already batted in this inning. She walked and scored to lead off the inning. Well, another sloppy scorecard here. Here's the next to Lawrence. Swing and a miss. 10-8. Collinsville with a 2-run lead. After trailing in this one 7-0, a 7-run second inning by Waterloo gave them the lead. Collinsville has battled back. 5 runs in the last inning. So far, 5 runs here in this inning, and that's where we're going to stand after back-to-back strikeouts of Martinez and Lawrence. And we will head now to the top of the 5th inning, and Collinsville with a 5-run inning jumps out on front 10-8.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville, online, WeShipSt.Louis.com, or call 346-4884.
Skylar Barker leads off the 5th inning and promptly smashes one right back to Reynolds, and an easy throw over to first base, and quickly there is one away.
Simple one there, yeah. Reynolds holds her position there. Slow roller to her, flips to first.
And Barker 0 for 3 in this game. Here is Howard, the pitcher, who has singled in both of her plate appearances. Collinsville with the lead for the first time today, 10-8. Pitch low.
One-0 to the batter, Howard. Liner right to Tarrant. Snags that for the second out. 3 pitches and 2 outs on Waterloo, and Haloftis will be the 3rd batter of the inning. Reynolds trying to make this a very quick inning, get the Kahoks back up. This one's fouled back here to us for strike 1. Right up there.
Got to deal with a runny nose here every once in a while. Love when you get a little sickness when the weather turns nice, doesn't it? Isn't that great? Not. There's a shot down the third baseline. Nice try down there by Lawrence, but it just gets past her glove. And Collinsville almost with a 1-2-3 inning here, but not quite. That is the 13th hit in this game for Waterloo. It puts Haloftis at first base and Claire Schulteis, the catcher, and the number 9 hitter with a chance to bat here in this 5th. Outside. Ball 1. Still playing over on the JV field, too. We got a conversation going in the pitcher circle there with the Kahoks on defense. Here's a fly ball and almost a 1-2-3 inning as Natalie Becker takes care of the 3rd and final out here. In this 5th inning, we head to the home half of the 5th. Good news, Kahoks are up right now by a score of 10-8.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning. Collinsville with a 2-run lead at 10-8, trying to salvage a split here after dropping the first game 17-1. We're going to try to forget about that game, aren't we?
Number 5, Natalie Becker.
I think everybody wants to put that one in the rearview mirror and never look back at it again.
Natalie Becker will lead things off here. In the bottom of the 5th, Natalie singled and scored in that 5-run 3rd inning and reached on an error and scored in the 5-run 4th inning. Collinsville with back-to-back 5-run innings to come all the way back from a 7-0 deficit and now lead 10-8. It'll be Becker, then back to the top of the order in Tarrant. There's a bunt. That one is going to roll foul. Becker, Tarrant, and Doyle here in this inning. Next pitch coming up for Becker. Swinging a foul ball back to the fence in front of the Kahok dugout. Howard back in the pitching circle. Her second baseman, Goff, pretty much stands right next to her. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Becker for the first out here in the 5th, excuse me. There's Darby Tarrant. Tarrant has reached base in all 3 of her plate appearances in this game. Singled and then was thrown out at second in the 1st, reached on a walk and scored in the 3rd. Singled in a run and then came around to score in that 5-run 4th. Tarrant's had a pretty good game in game number 2 here at shortstop as well.
That's what you like to see from your leadoff batter, getting on base 3 times in the game. Good addition to move her up to the leadoff spot.
Yeah, did you hear that, Matt Carpenter? That's what we want from our leadoff hitters. Right now, 2nd inning, 1-1. I tell you what, man, the way Colton Wong's been playing right now, you might want to put him in the leadoff spot, but then you don't want to mess anything up that he's got going on. Darby Tarrant from the left side with 1 out. And has the count in her favor at 2-0. Here's the pitch and a little floater back behind third base. That's going to drop in for a base hit.
There you go, on base for the 4th time.
Yeah. That's the 7th hit for Collinsville as a team.
Now batting for the Kahoks, the catcher, number 23, Riley Doyle.
All this sets up here for the big bats, Doyle, Simpson, Marcella.
Yeah. Doyle up first. She is 1 for 3 on the afternoon with a 3 RBI triple in that 5-run third inning. Ball stays up high. Kendra Butcher is down in the bullpen area, warming up her arm. Not sure if they're going to use her in this game or if she's just trying to stay loose.
I think they might be wanting to get her in here, especially maybe over the last inning, get that save if it's necessary.
There's a ball that goes right in between first and second. Tarrant stops at second base. Back-to-back base hits by Tarrant and Doyle after a strikeout to start the inning by Becker. And Collinsville has something going on once again, and here is R.J. Simpson. R.J. knocked in a run in that 5-run 4th inning, her last at bat. Other than that, she's reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to the first baseman, Barker. An opportunity for Collinsville to add on some more runs here. Here's Howard's first pitch, and a shot for the second baseman over to first for 1 out. Everybody moves up a bag, and there are 2 away.
Get that one up in the air a little bit instead. Second baseman able to take care of it. Simpson is able to move the runners over for Marcella.
Here is Belle Marcella. Belle struck out in her first plate appearance in the first inning, but since then she's walked and scored, stole a base, reached on an error and scored. Up there with RBI possibilities with runners at second and third, 2 outs. Here's the first pitch to Marcella. It's high and outside. Ball 1. Marcella steps back in from the right side. She's ready. So is Howard. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's going to be close down the line. It is. It pops in just fair and then bounces foul. Both runners are going to come home to score, and Collinsville extends their lead to 12-8. Then the ball gets away, and all the way to third base is going to be Belle Marcella.
Great placement on the hit. Just stays in the line. Drives in the 2 runs. Ball gets booted all over the place by Waterloo, and Marcella ends up at third and maybe could have had a chance to get home.
If it wasn't for Howard backing up the plate down the third baseline to get that loose ball, she probably could have.
A big 2-out hit there. Had some insurance for the Kahoks.
Up to the plate is Adriana Hall as Collinsville has extended their lead. Hall swings and fouls one off. Hall singled her last time up, reached on an error back in the third. Both times she was left stranded and popped up in her only other plate appearance in the second. Another pitch misses outside for Collinsville. That was their 9th hit to go along with their 12 runs. And Collinsville putting 3 innings together in back-to-back-to-back fashion in the run-scoring department. Next pitch to Hall. She offers at it. That's a strike. And now Adriana in a 1-2 hole. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third. Here's the pitch to Hall. She swings and fouls it off.
Oh, foul.
Yeah, last time I thought it was a foul. It tipped off the catcher's glove. This time it actually hit the bat. So Marcella back down to third base. She's there after a 2 RBI single that she made it over to third base after a couple more errors on the throwing department by Waterloo. They have 6 errors in this game. There's a little slap bunt down the first baseline. Both the first baseman and the second baseman go for it. That leaves nobody at first to take the throw. And coming in is Belmar Sala, and Collinsville takes a 13-8 lead.
Worst case scenario there for Waterloo. First baseman and second baseman both try to field it. By the time they get to it, Hall is past them and nobody's covering it first.
Somebody has to stay behind for the throw, right? That will bring up Heather Martinez. She struggled today. Back-to-back strikeouts and a ground out. Now one gets away from the catcher, Schultheis, and back to the screen it goes. Adriana Hall on her way to second base after a pass ball. Second pass ball by Schultheis in this game. Martinez wearing the collar, trying to break out of it here. Swinging a shot up the middle. There it is. Heather Martinez squared up on that one, and coming all the way in from second base is Adriana Hall, and Collinsville continues to pour it on here.
After a couple of strikeouts, look, and now she finds something she can drive, and Martinez puts in the Kahok's fourth run of the inning, and they're up 14-8.
They're on the 5-run rule plan, right? 5 runs in the third, 5 runs in the fourth, 5 runs here in the fifth. We just need one more.
5-5-5.
5 is a serious number. Yeah. That's a called strike. That was a little high and tight there for Madison Reckline. Madison reached on an error her last time up. Her other 2 at-bats, ground outs to Goff at second base. Martinez is down at first. And swinging, there you go. How about 3 ground outs to Goff for Madison Reckline. That's the end of the inning, but Collinsville puts 4 more runs across as we head now to the top of the 6th inning. Your Kahawks lead this one by a score of 14-8.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their 2nd year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com. Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
Taylor Wilson will lead things off here in the 6th inning for Waterloo. Collinsville out front, 14-8 after trailing this game 7-0. Reynolds back out there for another inning of work. She's done pretty good work since she's been installed into this game. Only 1 run off of her since she came in. Taylor Wilson, a couple of singles here in this game and a run scored. In between her 2 singles was a fly out to Natalie Becker in center field. Reynolds falls behind 2-0. Reynolds ready with the next. Here it is. Swinging a rocket shot. Right past the glove of Lawrence at third base. Down into the corner it goes, and with a stand-up double is Taylor Wilson.
Just can't react quick enough to get your glove up to that. She got a piece of it. Did Lawrence. It's a leadoff double.
Izzy Juan will bat with a runner at second and no one out. 14th hit on the afternoon for Waterloo in this game. And another one right there. Right up the middle, past the diving Darby Tarrant. Waterloo is going to get another run home on an RBI single by Juan.
Back-to-back hits leads to a quick run. (14-9) is now down and will come up to bat.
Right fielder number 7, Taylor Downing.
Taylor Downing stands up with a runner at first, nobody out, and a shot foul down the third baseline. Back-to-back hits. Taylor Wilson with a leadoff double. Chased home on an RBI single by Izzy Wan, and Taylor Downing up to the plate. She singled. And she did so in the 4th inning and in the 2nd, knocking in 3 runs. There's a shot right back to Reynolds. She throws over to second for 1 out, and Darby Tarrant's not going to have enough time to return the throw over to first for the possible double play, but got the lead runner.
Right back to her. She had plenty of time to set herself, wait for the fielders to cover there at second base. Gets the lead runner.
So Downing reaches on the fielder's choice. She's over at first base. Abby Goff, the second baseman, has been on base in all 3 of her plate appearances here in this game 2. And looks at a strike on the outside corner. Goff singled and scored in the 2nd. And doubled and knocked in a couple of runs. Also in the 2nd. She had 2 at-bats in that inning. Swinging a high fly ball out of play. And then she singled and was stranded in the 4th. So Goff has had a pretty productive afternoon. Double and a RBI and a run scored in that first game. Snap throw down to first base. Back in there safely is Downing.
She's Goff. Shouldn't she be wearing 16, not 18?
Right. Jared?
Yeah. She should be wearing 16.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you to go there. Took all afternoon. He's too old to have a daughter that age, so it'd have to be like a sister or a cousin or something, right? Or he's too young to have a daughter that age, I should say. Reynolds, another one. High fly ball. This one's going to be on Adriana Hall, and she makes the catch in fair territory for out number 2. That'll bring up Heather Albers. Albers singled and scored in the 2nd. Since then, 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. Top of the 3rd over at Busch Stadium. Padres and Cardinals tied at 1. And a strike called to Albers. Reynolds, 1 out away from pitching out of this inning with just the 1 run scored. Here's the pitch and a blooper right over Lawrence's head at third base. She was just a little bit taller. She probably could have got that, but nothing doing on that particular at-bat. And Waterloo has runners on first and second with 2 outs for the first baseman, Skylar Barker. Barker, she's 0 for 3 in this game. One of the only Waterloo Lady Bulldogs that's 0 for in this game. 2 fly outs and a ground out. Reynolds misses the outside corner this go-around. 1-0.
2 hits in the previous game.
Reynolds is ready with the next delivery. There's a chance for Tarrant at shortstop. She scoops, fires, and up over an OUT. Inning comes to a close, but Waterloo does push across 1 run. They do so on 2 base hits, and they leave a runner on base as well. We head now to the home half of the 6th inning. Collinsville up 14-9.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahoks.
Time to thank my buddy Peyton Blaylock. He's at Disney World right now. I think he spends more time in Disney World than he does in Collinsville. Nah, I'm just kidding. Well, if you're looking to buy or sell a new home, how about hooking up with my friend Peyton Blaylock. He now works for Keller Williams Marquee, and he'll take care of all of your real estate needs. If you buy or sell with the Blaylocks, they'll donate $200 to your favorite Kahok Booster Club. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622, or you can visit them online, www.blaylockteam.com. Mackenzie Lawrence will lead things off here for Collinsville. It'll be Lawrence and Becker back to the top of the order, and Darby Tarrant. Collinsville would like this to be their last at bat, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah. 5-run lead. Definitely want to at least be able to take care of that. The top of the 7th, but chance to add on here.
First pitch in there for a strike to Lawrence, who has walked twice, scored twice, and struck out once. So officially just 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Gorgeous day, man. Really nice. Sunshine. Temperatures are nice and warm. Folks out here in short sleeve shirts for probably the first time since, September of last year. Swing and a miss. Lawrence goes down on strike. Second time in a row. She's gone down via the strikeout. And up to Natalie Becker. Becker singled, reached on an error, scored both times, and she was a strikeout victim her last time up as well.
It was staying in the 80s up and through into October.
Yeah, it did. That's true. I do remember that now. And then I think a week later we had to turn on the heater. There's a bunt attempt, and Howard throws out Becker. Back to the top of the order we go. Darby Tarrant has had a wonderful game number 2. She has been on base all 4 times. She has scored 3 times, and she has knocked in a run.
I wasn't able to get on the first game, but showing her leadoff abilities here in this game, getting on 4 times.
Howard pitches. Tarrant slaps at it, slaps it foul. Riley Doyle waits on deck with the shin guards on. Blues, they're about ready to face off here in a little less than an hour. Last game of the 82-game schedule. Here's the pitch to Tarrant. She bunts it right to the third baseman Albers, and Albers throws over, and it's a 1-2-3 inning here for Waterloo out in the field, and Collinsville just needs 3 measly outs to pick up the win. We'll tell you all about the top of the 7th coming up here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Back here at the Collinsville Sports Complex, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. We move to the top of the 7th. Collinsville needs 3 outs to secure a doubleheader sweep here. And I'm going to step aside for a second so Chris will get you started here in the 7th. I'll hopefully be back before the end of it, right?
Hopefully, or hopefully not. Maybe we'll make some quick work of this and get this win. Kahoks fell behind 7-0 after second inning after losing the first game 17-1. It would have been easy to pack it in and say, it's not our day. We'll take our 2 losses and move on, but 14 runs for the Kahoks, 5 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th, and 4 in the 5th. And Kaylee Reynolds will look to wrap up her first win of the year. But she starts off Howard with a ball down and in the dirt. There's a grounder to Tarrant. She should be able to take care of this. Flips to Simpson at first. 1 down to start the 7th. Put that in the old book. 6'3", one down, and
The left fielder, number 1,
Kayla Haloftis singled in the second. Hit it back to the pitcher. And got another single in the fifth, and then this time she hits it back to the pitcher. Reynolds, who snags it there off the ground, and quickly 2 down, and Todd may not make it back for the end of this one. Schulteis, last hope for Waterloo. This top of the 7th.
number 3,
Claire Schulteis. Single, grounded out to short, and flew out to center. First pitch to her. Outside, ball 1. Kahoks looking to pick up their 4th win of the year here. Up 14-9 in the 7th and 1 out away from the win. Next one from Reynolds. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, and it'll go to a 1-1 count. Todd makes his way back in here. We had 2 quick outs. And this one is foul. Just snagged it up, hit it right back to the pitcher. Snagged it up off the ground on the fly.
Nice. 6-3 and a line out to 1. And a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Swinging a roller to Tarrant. Why not let her end it? Over to first base. 1-2-3 inning. And the Collinsville Kahawks avoid getting swept in a doubleheader after going down 7-0. They battle back and come out a 14-9 winner. Yeah, it sure was. That
Monday at East Alwood River. Tuesday at home, East St. Louis.
my.
Kahoks will be back in action Monday at East Alwood.
Time to go into the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Located at 517 West Clay Street. Stop in for weekly specials. Right now their focus is on spring flowers. The spring season is here. You can get yourself a dozen spring flowers in a stylish vase for $25 to $35, depending on what kind of flowers, what kind of vase. And, of course, all kinds of things coming up that Cullip Jennings Florist is focusing on. Easter is about, 2 weeks from tomorrow. So if you have a big Easter gathering and you need a centerpiece for your Easter dining room table, give Cullip Jennings Florist a call about that as well. And then, of course, the next month is May, Mother's Day, and graduations all coming up. 344-0404 is the number to call for Cullip Jennings Florist, online at cullipjennings.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com. All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters. providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not so basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com. Back here at the Collinsville Sports Complex, Kahoks win the second matchup of the day in the doubleheader, 14-9, thus avoiding the doubleheader sweep. Didn't look like that early on when, after Waterloo wins the first game by a score of 17-1, they come back out, and after a scoreless first, the Bulldogs put up 7 runs in the top of the 7th inning, and you're thinking, uh-oh, we could be losing bad here in a doubleheader sweep, lopsided on both counts, but after that, Collinsville comes away with 5 runs in the bottom of the third, 5 runs in the bottom of the fourth. They tack on 4 more runs in their home half of the fifth. And in the meanwhile, after that 7-run second, a single run in the fourth for Waterloo and a single run in the sixth for the Bulldogs. That's all she wrote. Collinsville wins this one 14-9. Kahawks have 14 runs on 10 base hits. They committed 1 error and left 3 base runners on. Waterloo, 9 runs off of 15 hits. They committed a whopping 6 errors in this ball game, did the Bulldogs, and they left 4 base runners on. That is after the first game, which Waterloo won 17-1. The Bulldogs pounded out those 17 runs on 17 hits in that first game. They committed no errors in that first game, and they left 7 base runners on. Collinsville managed just 1 run on 2 hits in that game number 1. They committed an error and left a couple of base runners on. Chris Kettler, quite the change from game number 1 to game number 2, although it didn't appear that way to start off with.
I just forget in game number 1, I don't know if it was lack of focus or just hadn't been out there in a few days. Forget that one. It's 17-1, but yeah, you fall behind 7-0 in the second game, and you think maybe it's just not our day. We'll just go home, come back Monday, try something else. But this team fought back, especially with the bottom of the order coming up there in the third, set all that up for the 5 runs and 5 more, and you're feeling good. You won the game, and Reynolds came in, only gave up a couple runs there in each of her innings and minimized the damage.
Yeah, we started off the day with Butcher in the circle, and she only lasted 1 1/3 inning. and never did see her in the second game either, so we hope everything's going to go all right with her. But a nice job in the second game, and that after a really nice job in the pitching circle by Madison Limestall in that first game for Waterloo. You know, you credit Waterloo for putting up all those runs and all those hits, but, man, you forget about the pitcher only allowing 1 run on 2 hits.
Right, and even if they wouldn't have got the 17, maybe they do just fine with a lot less runs. Pitcher was in command that whole game, but Kahoks didn't give any bats away even in that game. They stayed with it there and found their offense there later in this day.
Darby Tarrant was definitely the star of game number 2. She was 0 for 2 in the first game. It's really tough when your leadoff hitter only gets 2 at-bats in a game.
Right, and she's moved up to the leadoff spot. She doesn't give bats away. She does a good job up there, and Coach Swift moved her to that leadoff spot, and she got on base the first 4 times there in the second game.
Yeah, she was 0 for 2 in the first game, and then she got on base her first 4 at-bats here in the second game before finally grounding out to lead off to end the 6th inning here for the Kahawks as they come back and pick up win in game number 2. So besides Darby Tarrant at the plate, she had a single in the first. She walked and scored in the third, knocked in a run with an RBI single in the fourth, another single in the fifth that she came around to score on. And other than that, couple of other nice plays. Riley Doyle had that big 3 RBI, 3-run triple in the third inning when Collinsville scored their first 5 runs here in that contest. So Doyle, and then she ended up finishing that up with a single and a run scored in the 5th inning as well. Belmar Sala, she reached base 3 times in this game. 1 on a walk, 1 on an error, and then she had a 2 RBI single in the 4-run 5th inning. So Collinsville was getting some damage done from the top of their lineup and the bottom of their lineup. It was the middle part of the lineup that kind of faltered there a little bit, but still, all in all, a pretty good effort there by the Lady Kahawks, especially in game number 2. After you come back from getting humiliated in game number 1, then you go down 7-0, and to have the wherewithal, and you pointed it out during the game, Chris, you know, to stick with it, not give up, and you come back and you fight and you fight and you fight, and what do you know? You end up taking a lead and you end up winning the game.
Yeah, most teams would think, 7-0, nobody can come back from that. But when you can put together 14 and have that tough lineup that we have 1 through 9, they can get at it when they need to. And no lead is safe here in some of these games.
No, that is for sure. I'm still waiting for a coach to pop up. I'm not even sure if they realize I'm still here or not. Their meeting in the outfield is over. So still just kind of waiting here around for somebody to show up and see if they want to talk to us or not. I don't know. Maybe nobody likes us anymore.
I hear Coach.
I hear
the boss's voice.
I hear the boss's voice. So we'll wait for him to come up the steps here and drop all of his stuff off, and then we'll get a chance to talk to the head coach himself here as we get ready to wrap things up here on the Cullip Jennings Florist post-game show. A beautiful afternoon for some softball as Collinsville splits a doubleheader with Waterloo here. Coach Brett Swip joining us now on the post-game show. And, Coach, we won't spend a lot of time talking about that first game, but you have rough games like that every once in a while, and the thing that you want to think about is the way to come back in that second game, even though you already trailed 7-0.
Yeah, that's not the you don't draw it up that way, that's for sure. Nothing about today really went as we expected, but like I said, we're still trying to figure out exactly what our roles are, and probably what we're most proud about is we had a lot of newcomers that came in today and contributed. Gave us a chance to hold on. We had a couple of pitchers that haven't thrown hardly any innings for Varsity, and they just kept picking away, and our offense, man, finally got into it a little bit. We have a little bit of a different offense. We got a little more speed, put a little more pressure on their defense. And, we started to do that. Got a little less worried about looking for the perfect pitch and started just trusting ourselves and squaring up on it. So, yeah, not how we kind of drew it up, but at the same time, too, if you coach long enough and you're around the game long enough, it's usually how it goes, and got to find a way to scratch away.
Yeah, I was very impressed. All the games I've done earlier in the year, Kendra Butcher was the pitcher, so this was my first look at Kaylee Reynolds. I liked it. I liked what I saw.
Yeah, she's come in some tough situations. I mean, it's hard. I mean, Kaylee, everybody knows that Kandra's going to get a lot of the big innings for us. I mean, she won probably one of the biggest regional games that we've had in, 5-6 years when we beat O'Fallon last year, and she came back and pitched another great game against Beverly East, and Kandra's great. Kandra's a good pitcher. One of her best games this year, she pitched a head-to-head matchup against Joliet West, and really battled. That's two powerhouse 4A schools, and she really battled. So she's great. She's just had a tough week. Velocity's down just a little bit. Ball's kind of hanging up, and seems like they've been scoring her up this week. It's been a tough week for her. I got no doubt in my mind that she'll be, she's gonna be working at it tomorrow. She'll be back in the bullpen tomorrow, and she'll be with her pitching coach and getting work in. But probably one of the game-saving moments today was Gabby Nieberge coming in and getting a couple innings of work. And Gabby obviously doesn't pitch a lot for us, and she's a senior, doesn't get a lot of playing time. She's an amazing leader, just an amazing person. We needed a little bit of heart. We just didn't have any heart the first game, and some of our normal starters just weren't showing the normal heart that they're used to. So Gabby got a chance and kept us in it. Took a ball off the shin, stayed in there again.
I was going to ask about that.
So she bridged the gap, gave us a little bit of heart, and then it seemed like our heart started to take over from there.
Another change you made recently in your lineup is moving Darby Tarrant up to leadoff. She went 0 for 2 in the first game, but, boy, she came back strong in that second game. She got on base in her first 4 at bats. She knocked in a run, scored 3 runs. That's what you want from a leadoff hitter.
Yeah, yep, you're exactly right. We have 3 to 4 lefties that are really giving us a chance, putting a lot of pressure on defenses. Defenses are making a lot of errors on us, and they're giving us a chance. And then you have somebody like Doyle come in and clean the bases, with a double or whatever. And that's Darby's. Yeah, Darby didn't hit last year. She was a right-handed hitter all her life, and just wasn't going to happen at this level. And we challenged her. Last year during the season, she was practicing left-handed. She never got to play in the games. She was always our flex. But she worked at it. She then worked at it this offseason in our open gyms. And now she's got a chance to be a really good leadoff hitter. And, when you're leading her off and then you got some big bats behind her, you're going to score some runs.
Yeah, she played a pretty good job of shortstop out there today, too. She had a lot of balls hit her way, and she handled all of them.
Yeah. We didn't – the whole day we didn't – I mean, when Kandra was kind of off a little bit, I mean, none of the other pitchers we threw out there are strikeout pitchers. So defense is going to have to step it up, and it's going to put a lot of pressure on them. That's what people may look and you may look at the stats and see our errors are up just a little bit, but we also have pitchers that are more put the ball in play type of pitchers. So our defense is getting a lot of chances to make outs, and they'll come with that come errors.
All right. Thanks for the visit, sir.
Hey,
appreciate it. Enjoy it.
Yep.
Thank you. That is Brett Swip, your Collinsville Lady Kahawk head coach, as your Lady Kahawks split a pair of games today with Waterloo, dropping the first one 17-1, but picking up the big win in the nightcap, if you will, by a score of 14-9. And for your ladies, they are back at it Tuesday at Wood River, and then the very next day, Wednesday, here against East St. Louis. 4:15 is the game at Wood River on Tuesday, and then back to a regular 4:30 start against East St. Louis on Wednesday of next week. Final thoughts there, Mr. Chris Kettler.
Like the team's heart there to get out there and get this second win here after getting blown out in the first game. They had to depend on some different pitchers. I'm sure Coach is glad to see that, and hopefully they can have a better week and forget some of these blowouts they had this week and get some wins in conference.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you down the road. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cardinals watching and Blues watching, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
All right. Thank you very much. That's Chris Kettler. My name is Todd Duke. A big thank you to Coach Brett Swip joining us in the pre- and the post-game show. And our next action will come from you Tuesday. We're going to be in Edwardsville for some girls soccer action. Big conference game there between Collinsville and Edwardsville. And until that time, I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your weekend.